There's a moment, just before you open your eyes, when the world feels real, but something is off. What if that feeling wasn't a glitch, but the truth? What if you've never actually woken up? This is NextDecodedAI, decoding the future, one illusion at a time. Despite doomsday predictions, vast territories of human capability remain beyond AI's reach. Machines can simulate empathy, but not feel it. They can mimic leadership, but not inspire through authentic connection. They can optimize choices, but not understand what truly matters to us as humans. The irreplaceable human elements aren't just emotional, but existential. Machines excel at answering questions, but struggle to determine which questions matter. They can execute, but not provide purpose. The most automation-resistant roles, the future of work. Will AI make you superhuman or obsolete? The AI crossroads. Welcome to Next Decoded AI. We stand at the most significant technological crossroads in human history. The AI revolution isn't just coming, it's here, reshaping industries, redefining careers, and rewiring the very concept of work itself. In boardrooms and bedrooms around the world, people are asking the same question: will artificial intelligence make me superhuman or simply obsolete? The answer isn't simple, and it certainly isn't binary. What we're witnessing isn't just another industrial revolution, it's an intelligence revolution. The machines aren't just coming for repetitive tasks anymore. They're coming for our thinking jobs, our creative expressions, even our emotional labor. But here's the twist. They're also offering unprecedented cognitive power. Together, we'll explore whether humans face a techno-utopia of augmented potential or displacement on a scale never imagined. The Great Displacement. Jobs already lost. The first wave has already crashed onto our economic shores. Look at manufacturing. What once required 100-person teams now runs with a handful of technicians overseeing robots. Legal discovery that occupied rooms of paralegals now happens with a single prompt. Call centers, once employing millions globally, are being hollowed out by AI agents indistinguishable from humans. Radiology, accounting, data entry, translation, all experiencing tectonic shifts. The numbers tell a stark story. Oxford economists predict 47% of U.S. jobs face high automation risk within 2 decades. These aren't future projections, these are current casualties. But job losses don't capture the full picture. The question isn't simply which jobs will disappear, but how the fundamental nature of work is changing beneath our feet. The amplified humans, tools that extend our reach. But there's another narrative emerging, one of unprecedented human potential. Throughout history, tools have defined our capabilities. The plow multiplied agricultural output. The printing press democratized knowledge. The internet connected billions. Now, AI extends not just our physical capabilities, but our cognitive ones. Writers, using GPT models, produce twice the content in half the time. Designers with generative AI explore hundreds of concepts where they once created dozens. Doctors with diagnostic AI catch conditions they might have missed. This isn't replacement, it's amplification. These tools extend our reach, expanding what's possible for a single human mind. The most profound potential lies not in what AI can do alone, but what humans can accomplish when seamlessly integrated with these new cognitive partners. The collaboration model, working with AI, not against it. The most successful workers of tomorrow won't compete with AI, they'll collaborate with it. Consider the chess world after Deep Blue defeated Kasparov. What emerged wasn't machine dominance, but centaur teams. Human-AI partnerships routinely defeating both solo humans and standalone AI. This collaboration model, is emerging across industries. Architects use generative design to explore possibilities beyond human imagination, then apply judgment to select and refine. Writers use AI to overcome blocks and expand creative horizons. Programmers use copilots not to replace coding, but to handle boilerplate while focusing on novel solutions. The key insight? AI handles computation, pattern recognition, and data processing. Humans contribute creativity, ethical judgment, and contextual understanding. It's not human or machine, but human and machine. The cognitive augmentation, thinking beyond human limits. Our brains evolved on the African savanna to track prey and avoid predators, not to process terabytes of data or mentally simulate complex systems. We're brilliant pattern matchers, but poor probability calculators. We excel at intuitive leaps, but stumble over statistical reasoning. Cognitive AI augmentation transcends these evolutionary limitations. Imagine having perfect memory recall, every book you've read, conversation you've had, instantly accessible. Imagine simultaneous translation across any language. Imagine processing complex systems, climate models, economic projections, genetic interactions, as intuitively as you judge a friend's mood. This isn't science fiction. It's emerging technology. The most successful humans will embrace cybernetic thinking, intelligently integrating AI capabilities with uniquely human wisdom. The knowledge worker's evolution. Knowledge work, where humans process information to create value, faces the most profound transformation. For decades, organizations paid premium salaries for people to find, filter, analyze, and communicate information. Now, large language models can perform many of these functions instantaneously. But the knowledge worker isn't disappearing, they're evolving. Tomorrow's knowledge workers become AI conductors, defining problems worth solving, establishing evaluation criteria, verifying outputs, providing context. They shift from information processing to wisdom application. Their value comes not from what they know, but how they direct artificial intelligence toward meaningful outcomes. The spreadsheet didn't eliminate accountants. It transformed them from calculators to analysts. Similarly, AI won't eliminate knowledge work. It will elevate knowledge workers from information processors to insight directors. The creative fields. Can machines truly create? Art, music, writing, design. These seemed our final cognitive refuges. Yet AI now generates magazine covers, composes symphonies, writes screenplays, and designs products. Are creative professionals next on the automation chopping block? Look deeper, and you'll find a more nuanced reality. What's changing isn't creativity itself, but its mechanical components. AI excels at pattern recognition and recombination, generating variations on what's come before. Human creativity still dominates in meaning-making, emotional resonance, cultural commentary, and genuine novelty. The most successful creatives aren't fighting AI, but incorporating it, using generative systems for production aspects, while focusing human creativity on concept, curation, and connection. The future belongs to those who best articulate creative vision through both human and artificial means. Technical skills in an AI economy. The half-life of technical skills continues shrinking. Programming languages that promised decades of employment become obsolete in years. So which technical abilities remain valuable in this shifting landscape? 3 categories emerge. First, AI development skills themselves. Prompt engineering, model training, AI system design. Second, human-AI interfacing, designing systems where human creativity and machine efficiency complement each other. Third, physical world technical skills resistant to automation, electrical work, plumbing, specialized equipment repair. The technical workers thriving aren't those clinging to single technologies, but those developing meta skills, understanding fundamental principles, transferring knowledge across domains, and continuously adapting as technology evolves. The human element, what machines can't replace. Despite doomsday predictions, vast territories of human capability remain beyond AI's reach. Machines can simulate empathy but not feel it. They can mimic leadership but not inspire through authentic connection. They can optimize choices but not understand what truly matters to us as humans. The irreplaceable human elements aren't just emotional, but existential. Machines excel at answering questions, but struggle to determine which questions matter. They can execute, but not provide purpose. The most automation-resistant roles center on these uniquely human abilities. Ethicists guiding technology development, teachers nurturing intrinsic motivation, therapists facilitating emotional healing, leaders articulating meaningful visions, caregivers providing genuine compassion. True human connection, ethical judgment, and existential purpose-making, these remain our exclusive domain. The economic implications of AI go far beyond job displacement. We face unprecedented questions about wealth distribution when intelligence itself becomes a capital asset. Already, we see warning signs. Productivity rising while wages stagnate. Corporate profits concentrating among AI leaders. Winner-take-all dynamics intensifying in digital markets. Left unchecked, these forces could create societies of extreme inequality. AI owners reaping massive returns while others struggle for relevance. Yet alternative models exist. Universal basic income experiments show promise for providing economic floors. Ownership broadening policies could distribute AI benefits more widely. Taxation systems could be redesigned to capture value from automated production. The economic challenge isn't technological but political. Designing systems ensuring that artificial intelligence becomes a shared resource rather than a mechanism concentrating wealth into fewer hands. The 7 skills that will never be automated. What core capabilities will remain uniquely human even as AI advances? First, contextual adaptability, understanding unspoken social dynamics and implicit cultural knowledge. Second, ethical reasoning, making value judgments beyond mere optimization. Third, creative genesis, developing truly original concepts rather than recombination. Fourth, emotional intelligence, genuinely connecting with others. Fifth, embodied cognition, integrating physical experience with abstract thinking. Sixth, paradox navigation, reconciling contradictory truths. Seventh, existential intelligence, creating meaning in an inherently meaningless universe. These aren't job categories, but fundamental modes of human cognition that will thrive alongside automation. The physical work in a digital world. Not all work happens in digital space. Physical labor, construction, maintenance, healthcare, agriculture, follows different automation patterns than knowledge work. The robots aren't coming for these jobs all at once. Instead, specific tasks within physical professions become automated while others remain stubbornly human. Surgery robots handle precise incisions while human surgeons provide judgment. Construction robots handle dangerous tasks while human builders manage complexity. What emerges isn't wholesale replacement, but task shifting. Physical workers spending less time on routine aspects and more on exception handling, quality control, and human connection. AI education, preparing the next generation. Our educational systems were designed for the industrial age, standardized testing, rote memorization, compartmentalized subjects. These approaches are catastrophically misaligned with an AI-driven future. When machines can instantly access all human knowledge, education must shift from information transfer to wisdom cultivation. The next generation needs fundamentally different preparation, collaborative problem solving rather than individual assessment, creative synthesis rather than memorization. They need to understand AI as both tool and collaborator, learning prompt engineering alongside critical thinking. Most importantly, they need meta-learning skills, the ability to continuously adapt as technology evolves. The digital divide. Who gets augmented? The promise of AI augmentation masks a critical question. Who gets access? Early patterns reveal troubling answers. The most powerful AI tools flow first to wealthy individuals, prestigious institutions, and dominant corporations. Rural areas and disadvantaged communities risk being left behind, creating not just economic inequality, but cognitive inequality. Imagine a world where some humans think with the power of artificial intelligence, while others remain limited to biological cognition alone. This gap could dwarf existing disparities in wealth. The challenge isn't just economic, but also infrastructural and educational. Without intervention, AI could become the ultimate inequality amplifier. The psychological impact of working with AI. We rarely discuss the psychological dimension of human-AI collaboration. What happens to our sense of self when machines perform tasks we once took pride in? Early research shows complex effects. Some experience profound relief, freed from drudgery to focus on more meaningful work. Others face identity crises, questioning their value when algorithms match or exceed their capabilities. We see self-esteem challenges when creative professionals compare their output to AI-generated alternatives. The organizations thriving don't just focus on technological implementation, but on psychological transition, helping workers redefine their value and discover new sources of meaning. The new workplace, from office to anywhere. The physical workplace is undergoing radical reinvention. Remote work proved knowledge jobs could happen anywhere. Now AI accelerates this transformation. Physical presence becomes increasingly optional as digital collaboration tools integrate artificial intelligence. Organizations shift from centralized headquarters to distributed networks. Management transforms from oversight to outcome orientation. A traditional 9-to-5 workday fractures into asynchronous collaboration across time zones. Office designs evolve from productivity spaces to collaboration hubs, places for human connection rather than individual work. The government and policy responses. Governments worldwide are awakening to AI's transformative impact, albeit at different speeds and with varying approaches. The policy landscape spans from innovation-first frameworks in the US and China to precautionary regulation in Europe. 3 critical domains demand attention. First, labor market policies, whether strengthening safety nets or funding mid-career retraining. Second, AI governance, establishing standards for transparency, accountability, and safety. Third, competitive dynamics, preventing unhealthy concentration of AI capabilities among few corporations. The most forward-thinking governments are creating education systems for lifelong learning. The timeline. How fast will change come? How quickly will this transformation unfold? AI development follows exponential rather than linear progression. The capabilities gap between 2020 and 2023 exceeded the previous decade's progress. This acceleration confounds traditional forecasting. Some sectors, creative production, software development, customer service, face immediate disruption. Others, healthcare, education, legal encounter institutional friction slowing adoption. 2 competing forces determine the pace. Technological development pushing forward versus organizational and regulatory resistance pushing back. The wisest approach isn't predicting exact timelines, but developing adaptive capacity. Ethics of human augmentation. As cognitive augmentation advances, profound ethical questions emerge. If neural interfaces eventually allow direct AI-brain connection, Who controls that integration? Should cognitive enhancement be available to everyone or become the ultimate luxury good? What happens to human agency when our thinking increasingly intertwines with artificial systems? Does enhanced productivity justify potential privacy erosion? Should some domains remain exclusively human? These aren't abstract philosophical concerns, but immediate design choices shaping augmentation technologies. We need a broader societal conversation about boundaries, access, and governance before these technologies fully mature. AI resistance movements, valid concerns, or Luddite fears. As AI reshapes the economic landscape, resistance movements inevitably emerge. Some advocate complete rejection, arguing that artificial intelligence fundamentally threatens human dignity and autonomy. Others call for slowing development, providing time for social adaptation. Still others push for decentralization, ensuring capabilities don't concentrate among few corporations. Are these modern Luddites futilely fighting progress? Historical perspective is instructive. The original Luddites weren't opposed to technology itself, but to deployment patterns, concentrating benefits while distributing costs. The most constructive resistance movements aren't rejecting innovation, but demanding responsible development. The personal strategies becoming augmentation ready. What concrete steps can individuals take to thrive in this transformed landscape? First, develop prompt crafting skills. Learning to effectively direct AI tools becomes as essential as typing was a generation ago. Second, cultivate augmentation awareness, understanding which tasks to delegate to AI versus reserve for human attention. Third, focus on complementary capabilities, especially creativity, ethical reasoning, and strategic thinking. Fourth, embrace continuous learning, developing meta skills, allowing adaptation as specific technologies evolve. Fifth, build resilient identity, anchoring self-worth in humanity rather than specific skills. The future belongs to those who transform alongside technology. AI and creativity, the collaborative future. The most exciting frontier isn't AI creating alone, but humans and machines creating together. This collaborative creativity is already transforming art, music, design, and storytelling. Artists use generative systems to explore impossible visual spaces. Musicians partner with AI to discover novel melodic structures. Writers use language models to overcome blocks and explore narrative possibilities. The most profound creations emerge from this dance between human vision and machine capability. Rather than fearing creative obsolescence, forward-thinking creators are mastering the art of collaboration with non-human intelligence. The result isn't diminished human expression, but expanded creative possibility. The neuroscience of human-AI integration. As we integrate artificial intelligence into our cognitive processes, we're literally reshaping our neural pathways. Brain imaging studies reveal that regular AI users develop distinctive patterns of neural activation, outsourcing certain cognitive functions while strengthening others. The brain's plasticity allows it to adapt, treating AI tools as cognitive extensions rather than external technologies. This neurological integration raises profound questions about human identity and cognition. Are we becoming different beings as our thinking intertwines with artificial systems? The environmental impacts of artificial intelligence. The AI revolution carries significant environmental consequences we're only beginning to address. Training advanced models requires enormous energy consumption. A single large language model can generate carbon emissions equivalent to hundreds of car trips across America. Data centers supporting AI infrastructure consume vast quantities of water for cooling. Yet AI simultaneously offers powerful tools for environmental solutions, optimizing energy grids accelerating climate research and reducing waste through precision resource allocation. The environmental calculus isn't simple. The critical question is whether we'll design AI systems with sustainability as a core principle or allow short-term commercial interests to drive development regardless of ecological impact. The post-work society, utopia or dystopia? What happens if artificial intelligence eventually automates most human labor? We face a fundamental societal choice: dystopian inequality or unprecedented prosperity. In the dystopian scenario, automation benefits accrue to AI owners, while others face permanent economic irrelevance. In the utopian vision, machine productivity creates abundance distributed broadly, freeing humanity from necessary labor. This possible post-work society forces us to confront existential questions. What provides meaning beyond employment? How do we allocate resources without traditional jobs? What new social contracts might emerge? The answers will determine whether widespread automation becomes our greatest achievement or our greatest failure. The next evolution, beyond human and machine. The final frontier may transcend the human versus machine dichotomy entirely. We glimpse possibilities of deeper integration, neural interfaces, embedded AI, and cognitive enhancement technologies merging biological and artificial intelligence. These developments could create unprecedented forms of consciousness, neither purely human nor purely machine, but something genuinely novel. Some philosophers suggest we're witnessing the early stages of an evolutionary leap, comparable to the emergence of human consciousness itself. Whether this represents humanity's transcendence or its replacement remains uncertain. What's clear is that the boundary between human and artificial intelligence grows increasingly permeable, pointing toward forms of cognition we can barely imagine from our current perspective. AI and the creative economy. The boundary between human and machine creativity is becoming the new creative frontier. Artists who once feared replacement are discovering unprecedented collaboration opportunities. We're witnessing the birth of entirely new art forms: AI-assisted interactive experiences, dynamically generated environments, personalized creative content. Creative economies are shifting from scarcity to abundance models, with implications for copyright, ownership, and value. The most innovative creators aren't fighting against the AI tsunami, but surfing its waves, using algorithmic partners to explore creative spaces previously unimaginable. This symbiotic creativity produces works neither human nor machine could create alone. The rise of AI mentorship. Beyond productivity tools, AI is evolving into personalized mentors, systems that understand your unique strengths, weaknesses, and learning patterns. These AI mentors track your progress, identify skill gaps, suggest tailored learning paths, and provide immediate feedback. They can simulate experts across countless domains, allowing apprenticeship-style learning at unprecedented scale. Unlike human mentors constrained by time and attention, AI mentors offer unlimited patience, accessibility, and personalization. They're becoming intellectual companions that grow alongside you, continuously adapting to your evolving needs and capabilities. The end of retirement. Working with AI into later life. AI augmentation is rewriting the traditional retirement narrative. When physical limitations once forced career transitions, cognitive augmentation now enables continued contribution well into later decades. The knowledge and wisdom accumulated over lifetimes becomes increasingly valuable when paired with AI's computational capabilities. We're seeing the emergence of elder augmented experts, individuals whose deep experience, combined with AI assistance, creates unparalleled value. This shift challenges fundamental assumptions about career trajectories, economic planning, and the very meaning of later life stages. The integration of AI tools, particularly benefits those with physical limitations while their cognitive abilities remain sharp. AI-human hybrid organizations. The most competitive organizations of tomorrow will be neither fully human nor fully automated, but hybrid entities designed from first principles. These organizations merge human creativity, judgment, and empathy with AI's analytical power, consistency, and scalability. Decision hierarchies transform from human-only pyramids to interwoven human-AI networks. Leadership evolves from managing people to orchestrating human-machine collaborations. Traditional organizational boundaries dissolve as AI enables unprecedented coordination across distributed teams. Performance metrics shift from hours worked to value created, regardless of whether that value comes from human insight or algorithmic processing. The post-scarcity economy, beyond jobs. The most profound questions aren't about which jobs survive automation, but what happens when productivity detaches from human labor entirely. As AI and robotics advance, we approach a potential post-scarcity economy where critical needs, food, energy, basic goods, education, even healthcare, could be produced with minimal human input. This disrupts not just employment, but our fundamental social contracts, which have centered around exchanging labor for survival resources. Alternative models emerge: universal resource rights, contribution-based systems beyond traditional employment, meaning creation as primary social value. These aren't utopian fantasies, but practical necessities as we transition beyond scarcity economics. The digital twins and personal simulation. As AI models become increasingly sophisticated, we're approaching the era of digital twins. AI simulations of individual humans that capture our knowledge, decision patterns, communication styles, and even personalities. These digital counterparts could represent us in meetings, handle routine interactions, and extend our cognitive reach beyond biological limits. They raise profound questions about identity, continuity, and authenticity. Who owns your digital twin? What happens when it continues operating after your death? How do we distinguish between human-generated and twin-generated content? The boundary between augmentation and replication blurs in unpredictable ways. The new geography of work, AI, is redrawing the global map of work opportunity. When physical presence becomes optional and AI translation eliminates language barriers, geography's role fundamentally shifts. We're witnessing the rise of AI opportunity hubs, regions combining strong connectivity, favorable regulations, and rich talent ecosystems. Simultaneously, remote communities once isolated from global knowledge economies gain unprecedented participation access. Economic migration patterns reverse as work increasingly flows to people rather than people to work. Local governments compete on digital infrastructure and AI-friendly policies rather than traditional industrial incentives. The winners aren't those with natural resources, but those creating frictionless environments for human-AI collaboration. Beyond productivity, AI and human flourishing. The AI revolution offers a profound opportunity to transcend industrial age obsessions with productivity and efficiency. When machines handle routine production, humans can refocus on activities that foster genuine flourishing, creativity, connection, discovery, meaning-making. Forward-thinking organizations are already shifting from productivity metrics to flourishing metrics, measuring not just output, but well-being, purpose, and fulfillment. Education systems are evolving from career preparation to whole-person development. The ultimate promise of AI isn't simply doing more, but liberating human potential for dimensions of experience uniquely suited to our embodied, emotional, meaning-seeking nature. AI and the new work-life integration. The traditional boundaries between work and personal life are being reimagined through AI augmentation. When AI handles routine tasks, professionals gain unprecedented schedule flexibility. Remote collaboration and asynchronous workflows enable work patterns tailored to individual chronobiology rather than industrial-era schedules. AI assistants increasingly handle context switching, allowing deeper presence in both professional and personal domains. Yet, these benefits come with new challenges: digital leashing, always-on expectations, and privacy erosion. The most successful individuals aren't those maintaining rigid work-life boundaries, but those crafting intentional work-life integration, leveraging AI to enhance both domains. A manifesto for human-AI partnership. We stand at a watershed moment, demanding not passive acceptance, but active direction of our technological future. Let us create a world where artificial intelligence amplifies rather than diminishes human potential, where technology's benefits flow to many rather than few, where education prepares people for augmentation rather than redundancy, where policy protects human flourishing alongside innovation, where design respects human autonomy and dignity, where economic systems distribute technological dividends broadly. This isn't technological determinism, but a choice. Our choice. We can build artificial intelligence that serves humanity's highest aspirations rather than narrow interests. Neuromorphic AI and biological integration. The boundary between biological and artificial intelligence is dissolving as neuromorphic computing mimics brain architecture rather than digital logic. Unlike conventional AI that performs calculations, these systems process information through synthetic neural networks physically resembling our own. Bidirectional neural interfaces now allow thoughts to control machines, while feedback flows directly into sensory experience. Medical applications restore lost function through cognitive prosthetics. The philosophical implications are staggering. When thinking partially occurs outside biological tissue, what constitutes the self? This convergence creates not just tools, but cognitive extensions of human consciousness itself. The cognitive diversity in human AI ecosystems. As AI systems proliferate, we're discovering an unexpected truth. Neurodivergent thinking offers unique advantages in human-AI collaboration. Individuals with autism often excel at prompt engineering and pattern recognition tasks that neurotypical minds find challenging. Those with ADHD thrive in AI-augmented environments where digital systems manage focus challenges while leveraging creative hyperfocus. Dyslexic thinking provides lateral creativity that complements AI's linear processing. The most successful organizations cultivate cognitive diversity ecosystems, matching diverse human thinking styles with complementary AI systems. This neurodiversity AI symbiosis creates problem-solving capabilities impossible in homogeneous environments. The age of personalized intelligence. We're entering an era where artificial intelligence adapts precisely to your unique cognitive style. Unlike universal AI tools, personalized intelligence systems learn your specific thought patterns, communication preferences, and information processing strategies. They adjust to whether you think visually or verbally, sequentially or holistically, analytically or intuitively. They evolve alongside you, strengthening areas where you're weak while amplifying native strengths. This tailored cognitive partnership enables unprecedented personal development. Your AI doesn't just serve you, it grows with you. The relationship becomes increasingly symbiotic, with each adaptation creating a more seamless integration between human and artificial cognition. The quantum AI and impossible problems. Classical computing hits fundamental limits when tackling certain complex problems: protein folding, advanced materials design, complex system optimization. Quantum AI transcends these boundaries by manipulating information through quantum superposition and entanglement rather than binary logic. This isn't merely faster computing, but fundamentally different computing. Problems previously requiring centuries of calculation become solvable in minutes. Scientific domains resistant to traditional AI are suddenly open to exploration. The implications extend beyond technical capability to epistemological revolution. Quantum AI partnerships allow humans to comprehend previously incomprehensible systems, expanding not just what we know, but what we can conceive. The AI Commons, democratizing superhuman intelligence. The most pivotal question isn't whether artificial intelligence becomes superhuman, but who controls these capabilities. The emerging AI Commons movement envisions advanced systems as public infrastructure rather than corporate property. Digital utilities serving collective benefit. Open source models challenge proprietary dominance. Community-governed AI systems establish democratic rather than commercial direction. Cooperative ownership structures distribute benefits widely rather than concentrating them among shareholders. Public funding creates capabilities explicitly designed for common good. This isn't technological utopianism, but practical democracy, extending social governance from physical infrastructure to cognitive infrastructure. The future belongs not to those who build AI, but to those who build AI governance. Choosing your future. We began by asking whether AI will make humans superhuman or obsolete. The evidence points to a profound truth. This isn't something happening to us. It's something we're creating. The future isn't predetermined, but shaped by our choices as individuals, organizations, and societies. How we design these systems, distribute their benefits, and integrate them into our lives remains within our control. The greatest danger isn't artificial intelligence itself, but fatalism, the belief that we're powerless against technological tides. The greatest opportunity is human potential expansion, using these tools to solve previously intractable problems. The power remains ours if we have the wisdom to use it.